To two different colleges, the one down the hill in outside of La Puente, and then he ended up on the top of the hill into LA. And so he was not isolated from the family that much.
Yeah.
And the family always had like Thanksgiving dinner and the specialized stuff we had done for years, and Mother liked to do that, so we did it. And then finally Mother got to where she was not functioning that well anymore. So yes, headed towards the end, I fear.
What kind of things did you and Paul do when you played together?
We used to hike a lot.
Oh.
We'd take long walks together. And we'd play the things like Monopoly, those, that kind of game. So I never felt that we were horribly isolated. We were much more isolated when we lived at the Swan Cabins. I hated that place. And it was a cabins, but it was out on the edge of town. And so then there was changing traffic, and then it was like a quarter of a mile to a half a mile to get from the main highway up to this place, which was halfway up a hill.
Wow.
And the whole thing got to be pretty strange. And then the Strattons got to the place where they lived to a cherry orchard above us. And they got to a place where they were arguing all the time and throwing things at each other, and it was a mess.
Oh boy.
And then about that time, we packed up and moved clear across town to the place that was owned by the guy who discovered the molybdenum mine.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so we shifted, and then we ended up in St. George because Dad was doing the seas business by then. He had been started out on it, sort of let it slag, and they kept moving the barracks. They just take the barracks apart and move it.
Yeah.
65 miles across the desert.
Yeah.
From one community to the other. So I had sort of an interesting childhood. Saturdays and Sundays, we often liked to go on a picnic, so we would pack up a big picnic and deviled eggs and potato salad and all that stuff and drive up to Zion, because there's a lot of parks in Zion. And you could either go and eat there, or you could hike up the hill to the big tunnel, and the tunnel was over a mile long.
Right, I've been there. Cool. Alrighty.